Hi, JD here on a Thursday night. I had a meeting with a client this afternoon, and if you're in business, you might like to stick with me for a minute or two, because this particular client was in, I won't say dire straits, but they were struggling to get clients a few months ago, and we implemented what we call an insured prize promotion for them. And you'll see the heading above me here talks about getting $1 million for $16,000. And you're probably wondering what that's all about. Well, let me tell you, Channel 9, when they've been running Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, does not hand out that $1 million. That's handed out by an insurance company who charge Channel 9 a premium based on the difficulty of the questions on that particular quiz show. Likewise with Deal or No Deal or any of these quiz shows, the TV networks don't give that money away. The money's been given away by people at an insurance company. Now, the same thing can happen for your business. If you're interested in stimulating sales for your business, you might like to think about one of these cash insured prize promotions where the insurance company will give you a bucket load of money for a very, very small premium based on the fact that when you have your grand prize draw, it's a 1 in 250 chance of that person winning the prize. And I'll give you an example. We had a holiday resort in Fiji, was part of my program a couple of years back, and they were running at a very low occupancy rate. They were about half an hour away from the main airport in Fiji, so therefore a lot of people were getting off the plane and going to Port Denaroo these days. They weren't driving half an hour up the road to this particular resort. It was called the Hideaway Resort. And the owner of that resort, who was an Australian, said to me when I was at the resort on one occasion, my business is called the Institute of Wow, and I was there producing some TV commercials for a client. Now, he knew that I was called the Institute of Wow, and I was having a drink with him at the bar, and he said, listen, we're running at 34% occupancy, which is not real flash. A lot of people are going to the new resorts, which are near the Fiji airport. Would you have any of that wow shit on you? And I went, oh, okay, well, thank you. I looked in my coat. I said, I normally carry some with me. Anyway, I said to him, look, you're 25 years old. The resort was 25 years old, and it's pretty tough for him to match it with the guys that have just opened in Port Denaroo at the time. And I said to him, okay, well, if you don't have like an organic wow factor, that you're a brand new Sofitel or Hilton resort, then you might have to think about an artificial wow factor. And he said to me, well, what's an artificial wow factor? I said, well, McDonald's, okay? They've got a Happy Meal toy, and they've had that for many decades now. And I can guarantee you that hardly any parent or grandparent could tell you what a Happy Meal costs at McDonald's, because their eyes have been taken off the price with the free Disney toy. And he said, okay, well, what would be the Happy Meal toy for me? I said, well, what about an insured cash prize? So he said yes, and what we did is that we marketed to all of the travel agents on the east coast of Australia that for every night that they booked someone into the Hideaway Resort versus any other resort in Fiji, they got an entry into a $1 million draw. Now, he paid the insurance company $16,000 for the $1 million prize. And what happened after the 3 months of the promotion, when it was finished, someone gets drawn out and has a 1 in 250 chance of winning that big $1 million prize. And if they don't win that, they win a $10,000 consolation prize or a motor car or something like that. What do you think happened to all the travel agents along the east coast of Australia throughout that 3-month period? Well, let me tell you what happened. Within 2 weeks, he'd gone from 34% occupancy to 96% occupancy, and he sat there for the rest of the 3-month period. Yes, from 34% occupancy before the $1 million prize incentive came into travel agents, right? 34% occupancy up to 96% occupancy, and he sat there for the whole 3 months. Now, that's what's called an artificial wow factor, like skyrocketing your business. Because if you think about it, just think for a husband and wife going into a travel agent in Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane saying, you know what, we're thinking about going to Fiji, Hideaway Resort. And I'm just getting let me pretend that this happens to be a Hideaway Resort brochure, right? So therefore, if I sat down with a travel agent, I said, look, I'm thinking about Fiji, Hideaway Resort, take this, okay, here's the brochure. And like, well, what about maybe the Sofitel? Nah, rabies. Oh, what about the Hilton? Hepatitis C. Oh, okay. Well, what about one of the other prestigious hotels? Ebola. Okay, they would make up any reason at all to get you to go to the Hideaway Resort. And the reason was because every night that you stayed at the Hideaway Resort, that travel agent got an entry into a $1 million sweepstakes prize. So therefore, you might very well think about this yourself. And if you're interested in fast tracking that, you know where I'm heading. You know that this is leading towards a little mini pitch. I'm going to show you as I turn this camera around what we've been doing with this. We've created a $50,000 version of this, which is a lot less than $16,000, and it's called the Golden Ticket $50,000 Sweepstakes. And I've just switched the camera around to my desktop computer, but you can have a look at this if you go to goldensweepstakes.com. Okay, so if you just go to goldensweepstakes.com, you'll see it all there for you. It's basically, as I scroll down the screen here, you'll see that all the details are there. There's an ugly guy there on a video that tells you all how it works. And then basically I've put together all the details. Essentially what happens is that it's a one-stop shop promotion. You get all of the benefits of all of this sort of stuff. So you get all the display material, and you get the flags and the bunting and all the stuff that goes with it. It's pretty full on. Okay, so therefore if you go to, there you go, you get all of that. You get the $50,000 prize. You get these things here, which are basically golden tickets. And yeah, I won't bother giving you all the details of it, but it's a pretty exciting promotion that if you're interested in doing. This is what happens at the end of the promotion when you draw someone out of preliminary draw. They get to go online and choose a number out of 250 numbers. And this is what they do. I'll give you an example of how it works. They actually, oh, that'd be right, wouldn't it? This page is not working. Just my luck, the time I want to show you. Give me a second to see if this one works. Okay, I bet you. Okay, here it comes up. And you'll see that what will happen is that the spinning wheel will come up any second now. I'm talking just to fudge time so the damn thing would come up. Okay, so what you do is you say, okay, I think it might be number 90 that'll come up. So you type that in, and then I press spin. The wheel spins around. If it comes up 90, then I win the $50,000. And we'll see what happens. It'll come up. I think this is a losing example that I've got on my website here, so I don't think we're giving away the $50,000, but it comes up and says, no, 90 didn't come up, number 7 or number 27 or something come up. So therefore what happens then is that the screen says to you, I'm sorry, you did not win. And I think it's going to come up any minute. There you go. Sorry, you didn't win. So the point is, though, is that if you are interested in increasing sales for your business, you might like to visit this website. It's called goldensweepstakes.com. It'll tell you all about how to run it, and it'll show you how you can get this entire promotion for a few $1,000s rather than the $1 million being $16,000. And guess where you get it from? I wonder. Might be someone with a business called the Institute of Wow. And look, even if you don't go to goldensweepstakes.com and you're not interested in doing that, you might like to just consider insured prize promotions yourself. I'm not going to tell you where to go because obviously that's going to do myself out of business, but the insurance companies that are out there around the world are offering this sort of stuff. It's basically just called prize insurance. We make it easy for you. Of course, you don't have to do all that hard work. If you come to goldensweepstakes.com, you can see exactly how it works. I'll leave it at that, but there are lots of ways to stimulate leads and to get conversions, and this is one of them. And I've got someone, little Harry, my 3-year-old grandson just came into the office. Harry, have you got anything to say? You got anything to say to anyone on Facebook Live? Well, let me ask you this. What's your favourite business?
The Institute of Wow.
The Institute of Wow. And tell me, what is your favourite book? What's the favourite book that you read?
The Wow Manifesto.
The Wow Manifesto. How's that for child exploitation? He's a gorgeous little 3-year-old grandson. Harry, his name is, and he's been in a couple of our Facebook Lives, and I keep on being accused of child exploitation. One more time, but as loud as you possibly can. What is your favourite book? The Wow
Manifesto.
The Wow Manifesto. I'm looking for one on my desk here so I could actually say there is actually a book that I produced called The Wow Manifesto. Anyway, look, if you're interested in all of this sort of stuff in terms of wow factor marketing and you want a freebie, I've got a freebie for you. Just go to the link above or below wherever we are here and you'll see that there's a free book I've just written. It's called The Avalanche. I'm looking again for my desk if there was a sample of it, but typical just when I'm raving about it, there's no sample on my desk. But it's called the Avalanche Leads Formula book, and I've only just released it 2 weeks ago. So if you want a free copy of that, a download, then just go to the link above or below me here. And if you've got any thoughts or questions about insured prize promotion, just leave them below, and I promise that either I will get back to you or one of my people will get back. I've got 1,000 people, of course, so one of us will get back to you. Okay, Harry, can you say goodbye?
Bye.
Okay, see you later.